podcast is brought to you by Donnell's Motorcycles, Bar to Bar MX, Missouri Vintage Motocross Championship, Keaton Fonholtz Real Estate, Fox, Lap King, Kansas Motocross Championship Series, UFO, Rippin' Ruts, Boom, and Innovative MX Training. Gimmick, the official coffee of hard work. Do you need coffee that works as hard as you do? Go to gimmickcoffee.com and purchase a 12-ounce bag of dark roast coffee. Available in whole bean or ground with priority shipping. You'll be brewing and ready for whatever the job throws at you. Gimmick, the only gimmick is in the name. Over the Bars podcast. Never live. Always behind the ball. Consistently inconsistent. Absolutely guaranteed to go off topic. Where fact checking is not a concern and off-color commentary is all but a guarantee. This is OTB.
Okay, and over the Bars podcast. Welcome. It's recording. You're going to have to put that down, dude, while we're talking. Sorry.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, well, no, it's just really easy to
It was about the podcast.
Are you going to introduce us, or were you just going to jump right into it?
No, because the thing is, they read your name.
Well, I'm Brent Rouse with Bolt Motorcycle Hardware Factory Honda.
I'm Benny Bloss with Team Rocky Mountain ATVMC WPS KTM.
That's right. I forgot you wanted me to
and what do
introduce
you have?
you.
What do you have for us?
Muff. And nothing else.
Awesome.
If you're looking for Muff, you come to me.
You're Team 4-stroke now.
I am Team 4-stroke now.
Dude, his cool level went down a lot.
That's fine. What's your guys'
excuse?
excuse?
You gained two strokes, but lost 15 strokes of coolness.
How much coolness do you have then?
Well, I have a 2-stroke now, so...
So do I.
250 strokes of coolness.
Did you have a YZ250 at one time? A 2-stroke?
No. I had a 125 like when I was 14.
Oh, yeah.
How tall were you?
6'1".
When's the last time that you rode a 2-stroke?
16.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, you did?
I rode a KTM 250.
Really?
What'd you think?
Cool. I wasn't a big... The 2-strokes they're different than the 4-strokes.
You think?
I rode one lap and it was... I wasn't very good.
Did you give it?
The suspension was super soft and the track was like really gnarly, so it was difficult. But I mean, we made it through a lap.
Yeah.
Derek filmed me, and on the camera, I'm about to hit a sweeper, and I like back off right before the sweeper, and you can hear him in the video go, "Oh, come on, bud."
Would you say straight rhythm is out of the question then?
I would do it if I had a chance to ride if I had.
Wouldn't it be sketchy on Supercross? A 2-stroke?
Not a KTM because they're new.
And not in a straight line.
No, yeah.
The hardest part about a 250 is wheel spin coming out of the corners.
Hey, I'll tell you this. With your height, you could kill it on that last segment of whoops.
Oh, yeah. No, it's if it's a close race until then, it's over.
I got bad news, though. Rebel straight rhythm is done.
Because of COVID, or?
No, it's just done.
You think so?
Yeah, this last one that they did last year.
They did tell us that when I was there with Stank. Yep. They were telling us that we don't know what we're doing next year, and it wasn't promising for the follow-up.
Yeah. No, it's done. Sorry, guys.
Hey, what do you think about Monster Cup going to the new stadium?
Not happening.
Well, it was supposed to go to the new stadium. Do you know that
that thing up there?
You know that the new stadium's about the size of an arena cross track?
What do you mean the new stadium?
They were going to go to what's the Galaxy Stadium in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I thought you meant new stadium in LA. I was like, that's not the one they're doing.
No, they're going to the Galaxy Stadium, and it's small. They had X Games there one year, and it was very tight.
It's a football field, though, right?
Soccer.
Yeah, but they play football there.
Soccer is a bigger field than football.
Is it?
They play football there because that's where the Chargers played.
Is that where they play?
Yeah.
See, I thought we were going to the new Ram Stadium, whatever the LA one is.
Yeah.
And they said no, that we're going to the Galaxy Stadium. But even that's a normal Supercross. You're not going to have those. Like, it's going to be a normal Supercross race then.
Yeah, probably won't be like the normal Monster Cup, but
They need to change that.
Monster Cup?
Yeah, they got to do something different with it.
I mean, the first thing that they need to do is not have it in that NCM Boyd Stadium.
Yeah, well, we
Like, that's where we're
going
gonna
to
start.
We come back, check. But I heard someone suggest going, you race a 450 and then you race a 250.
I am out on that. I want nothing to do with that.
So is everybody else.
So is everyone else, but I think it would be a cool idea. But
Where'd
no
you
one's
hear
gonna
that,
do it.
on Pulp?
I don't know where I heard it.
Yeah, because I heard that.
Was it on Pulp?
It was on Pulp.
I hear a lot of things, so I can't trace back where I get them from.
You know, Benny, this guy sitting next to you here is like the gossip sponge.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm all about the gossip.
I like gossip just as long as it's not about me.
Yeah, no, he takes it in and just...
Do you spread it?
You know, I don't go out of my way, but every now and then I might say, "Oh, I've heard," but I never like to throw any names. But if the conversation gets brought up, I'll for sure go, "Oh, I heard about that."
Yeah, like to share a rumor, just not necessarily share all the details.
I don't want to throw it out there, but if I hear another guy go tell the same gossip I've heard once,
Hey, put that microphone on your right hand. So then whenever you look at him, you can go like this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, are you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, I'm for sure the guy who go, "Oh, I've heard about that," and then I want to hear your side of the story. So I like to, get a little more juice.
Yeah, you compare stories. I get that.
Yeah. So would I say I'm spreading it? No, because this guy's already heard it.
That's true.
We're just comparing notes at this point.
That's
See,
true.
What it is Brent likes to get an inch, and then he's gonna, take the mile.
We can all use another inch.
I don't think Benny needs another inch.
Oh my gosh.
Do you feel like you need another inch?
No, probably not.
That must be nice.
Hey, what'd you think of Green Valley?
It's back, and I think it's going to be back to the glory that it was.
Yeah.
Honestly, I rode it. So it rained on Friday. You guys rode it Saturday. I came home on Sunday, and I rode it Monday and Tuesday.
So it was a little baked, caked, and
So it had
Reddit,
been
yeah.
baked, right? But even still at the end of the day on Tuesday, the corners still were like black with moisture just because of the mulch.
Yeah.
And the track was gnarly, especially for 12 guys to ride with ruts, braking bumps, enough that I'm probably going to try to come up there once a month during outdoors.
Yeah.
And ride. Have them do have them set up like a practice weekend, and then I'll just ride the track how it was during the week, or do like a race or something.
So if it wasn't going to rain, I don't know, it was weird because we went to the sand track in Manhattan last Monday, but I wanted to take him out to Green Valley, but
Yeah.
maybe Talon had to work. I don't remember, but he's always wanted to ride ruts, and I'm like, now that GV's got the mulch in it, it's the spot.
It was
ruts.
last Monday, huh?
Yeah.
That was the day I rode it.
Okay. So
You were already on your way to
Manhattan,
Kansas
yeah.
because I called Scott, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, it was the
Yeah.
whole thing."
anyway,
Fun track though.
yeah.
I can't believe it's back.
Yeah, because you never rode it on a big bike, did you?
No,
Yeah.
no, it was well, yeah. I mean, I never rode it like Jerry and John
Yeah.
on a big bike. I think like Tracy had it at the end there for a little bit when it was still like decent, and I rode it on a big on a 250, but 85s when it was good
Yeah.
and below. I feel like 2006 was like a really good year for Green Valley. 2007, I remember I crashed really, really hard and my helmet came off, and then I hit the ground again.
What kind of helmet were we wearing?
We were wearing a Thor helmet.
Yeah.
Definitely not like the Fly that I wear now, that's for sure. But
Did you just say your helmet came off?
yeah, helmets have come a long ways.
Did it break the strap,
No.
or you did not
No.
tie yourself in?
I don't think I had
properly?
it tight enough.
Okay.
And it came off, and then like the school called my parents because they were worried about like abuse. It was a whole thing.
Have you ever had
Because
a
my
boot come
face
off
was
when you
bad.
crashed?
No.
Someone was telling us this at recently that this guy crashed at that Iowa race he went to,
Yeah.
and his boot flew off, and me and Jeff were like, how does that even happen?
Well, a guy had that happen at Daytona last year, and then actually I saw a kid have it happen at Robbie's probably 2 months ago. It was pretty insane.
I just
yeah,
my boots are so tight that even without the straps, I can't get them off.
Yeah, no, there's no way I could get my boot off without the strap.
Just keep talking.
Photo op. Here we go.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, it's a video.
Cool.
Well, you're one of those guys.
Yeah, because I've never seen a helmet come off in a crash.
Yeah, I don't remember any bit of it. it didn't go well.
That doesn't surprise me if you didn't have a helmet on at some point of the crash.
I crashed really hard too, and the first hit is when it came off, and then
And you still had more
I
to go.
hit like 2 or 3 more times after that. That was a rough day for sure.
So did we learn how to tie that helmet strap a little tighter after that?
Yeah, 100%. I think I had
It only takes one time to lose the helmet
Yeah.
to realize tightening it might be a good option to go.
Yeah, it'd be smart to check for sure. And if you're in certain boots, probably check to make sure they're tight too.
I don't know
You
what
want
boots those
coming
are,
off.
but let's make sure we're strapped up.
Alpine Stars, we ain't got that issue.
So that guy at Winterset that crashed where his boot came off, like you couldn't see the man laying down on the ground, but you could see the rogue boot just out.
What was it?
Who knows? It was too far to see that, but you could see.
We don't want to throw any brands under the bus.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody's looking for a sponsor plug, Alpine Stars is top notch.
Nice. We'll forward this right over to them.
Okay.
I'll bring it home with me to Torrance.
Perfect. Yeah, there you go.
So then,
Just drop by.
yeah.
Tell 'em.
How about this? I'll print it off onto a CD, and we'll put it into an envelope, and you just walk it right into.
Right, and it will save on shipping.
Yep. Who's our top man there?
I don't know. I'm just going to give it to the lady at the front desk.
Okay.
So I hope this gets where it needs to get.
You know where this needs to go.
Really though, get you some boots.
Any other? I mean, while we're doing them, any other sponsor plugs you want to throw in there? You listen to this show way too much to think that this is a sponsor plug-in show.
This is not a sponsor plug-in show, but I have gotten in trouble for not. So Redbud 2018
On the podium?
on the podium, first moto, and dude, I was so psyched. Like I was kind of in shock as to what had just happened. It was a pretty big deal for me, and I forgot to thank. Like I didn't thank any sponsors, not one.
Oops.
And I felt terrible for it, and it was on television,
And it wasn't a good conversation when you got back to the truck.
I mean, it wasn't like I got yelled at, but I, got told, you don't do that. So
That thing you just did? Yeah, you don't do that.
go ahead and just not, like, ever again, don't ever do that.
You know,
I've been on the podium before, and I haven't forgot that.
Oh, really?
But it was Redbud. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's Redbud.
Okay.
I had some goals for that day too, and some bets that I had that was going to be just awesome if I had actually completed Moto 2 the way I should have.
Yeah.
But so that was on my mind too.
See, that's why you can't Pete Rose it and put money on yourself.
We're not talking money.
Oh. There are other bets?
Yeah, so I had my boot guy at the time. He doesn't work for them anymore. Really good friend of mine, and so we made a deal the night before at dinner that if I podiumed, it had to be overall, which I mean we technically did not state that it had to be overall, but after I podiumed the first moto, he stated it had to be overall. He was going to have to do a shoey from my boot from that moto as soon as we got back to the truck.
Whoa.
And so after the first moto, he's down by the podium, and he's just like looking at me. He's like, No, like, come on.
Okay. And if you didn't, was there something you had to do?
No.
So it was a
No.
lose-lose.
This
for
was
him.
his idea. We were at dinner and he was like, I'll do a shoey from your boot if you podium.
Yeah.
The whole year. I had the bet the whole year. And I never delivered.
That's all right. I mean, you're still in the thick of your career.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, do you still have that bet going? Like, will he come back and do a shoey out of that boot if we get it?
I would put money on it saying he probably would. He's that type of guy.
That's
Okay.
Would you video and put it on your Instagram?
100%.
Awesome.
100%. Because I'm not going to be the guy that's like, oh, no, you don't need to do it since we had that bet 2 years ago. I'm going to be the guy that's like,
Here's your beer.
Yeah, do it.
And here's your boots.
So, Jeff, would you do a shoey of water out of his other boot if he gets that podium?
Oh.
Water? No.
Yeah, because, water's going to soak up some of that.
I feel like alcohol would be
It
better.
would kill some of that taste on the way down.
I'm trying to think if there's a
What
drink
about the LaCroix?
no, because it's so fizzy. That would actually be harder.
About a Gatorade.
Quench your thirst.
A Gatorade, yeah, I think a Gatorade would cover it up.
You want
Original,
you
not a
want
G2 though.
You want the right or the left boot?
Which one did you cut? Which foot did you cut?
Right.
A left foot.
Poor Alpine Star old worker. He's getting a messy boot.
Yeah, I sweat a lot. My feet sweat so bad when I ride,
Dude.
too.
That's bad. Do you wear a cotton sock or what kind of or a performance?
It's
sock?
like the high performance fly sock that I wear.
See, I wear old school cotton fox socks.
See, it doesn't matter what I wear. It's like even at Robbie's, if I do a 20, I pull off and it's like just drenched.
Was it because it's 120 or is it?
No,
Cold or hot?
even when it's like cool outside,
I
I sweat a lot.
How was the outdoor track today? Did you eyeball it at all, or were they doing sections?
They did sections today, and I got in and out of there pretty quick. I did sections on Supercross too, but so we did a race. The Oklahoma State race was this past weekend, and then I tested outdoors Monday and Tuesday on the track from race, and it was so gnarly.
Was there water on the track?
Yeah,
or?
just water.
Yeah.
Just water. No prep.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way you're gonna get better, really. Which I see videos of Eli riding like a smooth track all the time.
I know. I thought the same thing. I watched those two, and I'm like, how are you so good in the mud, yet you ride basically a California track with some sand corners?
I don't understand. He's kind of a freak of nature.
Yeah, I think that dude just does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I think he just stretches throttle cables the whole time.
I've been on a big kick of watching Hurling's videos lately. What was it, like 3 or 4 weeks ago whenever I came down and we were talking about him?
He's gnarly.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm just going to watch every Jeffrey Hurling's video I can find. And I mean, I'm talking all the way back to him on the old style 250F, like in 2013. And even back then, just doing Wonder Boy stuff. And like, he was off my radar. Obviously, Hurling's, he's the man. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. There was a couple times today where I legit felt like Jeffrey Hurling's.
Oh, come on.
Dude,
he came off the track and told me that because his new KTM he's got, that he's Jeffrey Hurling's. And I said, listen, Jeffrey Crutcher, you're not Mr. Hurling's. So.
I'm just saying there were some sand bowls that I dove in deep to and stood up and, rear wheel steered and lifted in the middle of the corner to get over a braking bump. It was...
See, I'm not sure. I don't know. So I raced Jeffrey twice in 2017. The first time was at Ironman when he came to show us that we're a joke. I mean, basically,
just show us how to ride a dirt bike.
Basically, what happened. So I was battling with Cooper Webb in the second moto. I think
he's pretty good though.
Yeah, he's good. He's real good. And so
Cody Webb, the GNCC racer, number 2?
No. Close.
Okay.
So I remember the track at Ironman. You'd hit the finish line and you'd go down, and then you make a right and you'd go up the hill towards like the first corner or whatever. The first corner was kind of off cambered, and so I'm battling with Cooper and I'm struggling to get around him, and I hit the first corner behind Cooper in this rut on the inside, and I saw like I heard somebody, and like I saw a dude just go right by me on the outside. He went around both of us, around the outside of this corner, like it was absolutely nothing. And I think I ended up passing Cooper a couple corners after that. And like a half lap later, I couldn't see Jeffrey anymore.
And Webb's on the Yamaha at that time, right?
He was on the Yamaha.
Now, you do know that's how maybe me and Jeffrey Hurling's Crutcher here feel when you pass a privateer like us.
No, we had that conversation the other day. That same conversation.
But like, I just want to reiterate we feel that a lot, especially like when they throw me in A practice for some odd reason, you know? I feel like a bunch of Hurlings are passing me, and I'm like, you know what?
Dude,
Can I go back to
tell
C?
you though how satisfying it was whenever I got put in A at Millville and I come around the sand whoops and then Ben is just laid out.
Was that 18?
Yeah. He's laid out in this left-hander. Okay, so you know how you do the whoops, left, and then there was that stupid corkscrew thing.
I hated that section.
Everybody did. That first left, Benny stuck and like went over the bars or something, and I was, of course, because I'm me and I kind of worked with him a few times whenever he was coming up on mini bikes. I rode around him and like I was like,
How long did it take him to get back by you?
2 corners. No, it was half a track. But
did you laugh when you went by him?
Well, then,
yeah, kind of.
Then I don't even know if you realize this. On the last lap of that session, I fell in the same exact corner that he fell down in, and then he passed me around.
I don't
the outside.
remember that.
Yeah, I think I just fell like just right. You know, I don't know. I went down in the rut.
So Benny didn't want to help you out in qualifying and let it like tow you around for a lap?
No.
What's that about?
Maybe you would have made the motos and we could have raced together. And
It doesn't work. Brandon Scher tried doing that with me at Southwick.
You just can't.
Oh,
you
he
can
told me
a little bit.
He told me, get behind me when that green flag goes. We're qualifying, me and you together. And I was amped, dude. I was so amped.
You're like, this is how it's gonna work.
Yeah, I just pictured it like, dude, because I think he qualified 11th, and I'm like, dude, I'm about to qualify 12th. My factory Honda paycheck's gonna be big after qualifying. Like my bonus is coming in. So I was basically counting myself in, dude. I made about 3 laps and just ate sand.
Yeah.
Pulled all my tear offs, goggles off corner 5. We didn't make it.
No?
I come to find, he said, you're not supposed to be like right behind me because you don't have enough tear offs to just sit behind me for first lap of practice.
You'll also get hit with the roost and it'll kind of provide a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's going to hold you back a little bit.
Yeah, well, I had figured that I'd be like Stu and Carmichael when they used to eat roost for 30 minutes.
For sure.
I found out that I'm not Stu or Carmichael.
Was it more Carmichael Budds Creek when his lens break on his goggle or something?
Yeah.
And then he couldn't take the roost.
Yeah. And but unlike him, I didn't get second place.
Oh, okay.
So whenever we were at Southwick, Grondel passed me, and I was like, fucking local guy, I'll just jump in right behind him.
The owner.
And I did. Okay. And we were hauling ass. And I didn't match his speed, but like he passed me right before the finish line. I was like, okay, Eagle, here we go. All right. And then we go around, and as he's coming out of the finish line corner, I'm going into it. And I figured, a second and a half, 2 seconds, like I felt really confident about that.
Where did we end up?
Oh, nowhere near it. Yeah, come to find out, he was on his cool down lap.
Southwick especially Southwick in qualifying is a completely different animal though. Like my first year there was 2016. It was my rookie year. I qualified 33rd. And I was watching the practice, the sheet, because I'm like, I might have to go to the LCQ. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure Shorty maybe had to go to the LCQ. And so like we're all in the rig and everyone's kind of like freaking out about it. And I ended up making it. And I'm like really? Like I had gotten like 10th the week before. I'm like, this is wild. And I'm about to get beat by this many people.
20 guys that you've never seen before in your life just showed, they left work the day before, drove over in their pickup truck. Half of them are riding KTM 250 SXs.
It was the 450 class. We went first, so B practice went first.
Yeah.
And I think his name was something like Tremblay or something. He does
Snowmobiles, right? Yep.
Yeah.
I was there that year.
He qualified first.
That's right.
In the motos, in the first moto, I had like 7th fastest lap time. And in the second moto, I had the 4th fastest lap time. And I think I went like 8.6 for 7th. And I like after qualifying, I was freaking out because I qualified 33rd and then I get 7th overall. And I'm like,
Those LCQs
wow.
get some heavy hitters. My teammate, Tamita, is always in there with me.
Well, 2 years ago, I think there was like 3 factory dudes in the LCQ.
At Southwick?
Yeah. It's wild.
I believe it. I don't know about you. I don't like that track.
I love it.
Do you?
I love
Dude,
it.
qualifying, you were an A, you said?
I was in B at Southwick.
Dude, A practice at Southwick, I honestly asked my friends at AMA to not put me in A practice. Not because it goes second, but because you guys like to pull your clutches in and rev it at the little dogs to get out of your way. And nothing gets me more scared than hearing a factory bike that had the clutch pulled in 37 feet before we got to the corner, and they're completely wicked. And I'm going, dude, if that guy loses a finger on that clutch,
Smoked.
he's smoking me.
I'd love to tell you that I'm not the guy,
No, you are.
but I'm definitely. I mean, I did do that to somebody at Southwick this year
For
because
sure.
he got in my way.
How mad were you, though? Or is it just like to tell us to get out of the way?
It was the last lap, and it was left-hander kind of like a little bit before the finish line where Stu crashed a couple years ago.
Okay.
When it was going the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the left-hander now, and it's super slick.
Mm-hmm.
In that corner, dude just completely got in my way and then like stopped and looked back at me and just blew my lap. And I was so mad. Like I stopped after the finish line and waited for him. And, like,
why we had this?
yelled at him.
So the only race I've qualified for, Glen Helen 2018, you were lapping me, and I tried to get out of your way, and I think I might have crossed over you on the 4 whoops before the finish line.
Okay.
And I just remember, like, oh, shoot, I hear you coming, so I, popped off the track. But all of a sudden, I look over, and you're going through the whoops looking straight at me, and I'm going, there's no way I cut this guy off. Like, I'm trying my best, man. Like, I'm trying to get out of your way. And I just remember I'm like, dude, this guy's not happy with me right now.
I remember at that race, Nick P got in the second moto, and I lapped him, and I was screaming at him as I went by, just honestly cheering for him.
Yeah. So at Riverside in the first 250 moto on Sunday, it took 3, maybe 4 laps before Moran's got around me.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when he passed me, he scrubbed and whipped underneath me and gave me a look over the triple. And I'm like,
no style.
yeah, just air dog.
Completely stiff.
Yeah. Well,
What a show off, Moran's.
yeah, he's a little spicy boy.
It's funny because when he passed me, I threw a whip and looked at him.
Damn.
Try to put reverse psychology on him. It didn't work.
Intimidation game.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll work though.
I want to do that RC MC point at him type thing.
Ooh.
But it usually works when you're passing the guy. So I was kind of like, you know what? Let's keep that left hand on the bars right now.
Yeah, like the picture of
Pastrana Wyndham.
No.
It would be an RC MC.
You know the picture I'm talking about, not the same thing. Darren Durham uphill at Colorado, pointing at maybe Rattray or waving at him or something. You don't know the picture I'm talking about?
No.
I've never seen
What?
that.
You've seen the picture.
I don't think so.
Well,
Was it for the
he's
win?
actually getting passed.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Or so I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah, it's
what
not as
somebody told
cool
me.
when you're the one getting passed.
No.
I did tell Morans that, I made a small bobble, just to get in his head. But, like, otherwise, I was like, I had you covered. We were on lap 3, but give me a good 10 laps. No more bobbles.
Were they 30s up there?
No 10 lappers. So it's like 13 minutes.
Oh. For some reason, I thought they were 30. Because Kevin rode with me at Grain Valley before on Tuesday. And he did like 2:30s.
He did that at the sand track as well. Like 2:20s.
And you know what? I think his 30s program is fucking him for the local races.
Yeah, I could see that because
you get in a rhythm.
Yeah, like unless you have somebody that's like just as fast as you, maybe a little slower, maybe a little faster, then it's kind of hard. You're kind of going to pace yourself the whole time. That's what's nice about like being down here. Like I have Austin.
Yeah.
I want to be faster than him the whole moto. He wants to be faster than me the whole moto.
Right.
So we actually are like having to
go fast.
Race
the
whole time.
Well, I think we helped him at that Manhattan track because we would jump on, do a 5-6 lapper.
Yeah.
Come off, get a drink, check our spokes, check our chain.
Jump back on.
Talk, stretch, have a sandwich.
Yeah.
Get on, do a sight lap. And then do another 5-6 lapper. And he's still out there, so his middle cools down a little bit.
Yeah.
But then we're back on.
Okay.
We get them afterburners going. And so I think we helped him a little bit.
There were a string of laps, about 6 or 7 laps, where the amount that he was gaining on me was not enough for him being national number 77, and it made him quite angry.
Yeah.
And which is extremely satisfying for me.
I remember he was pulling me a little bit. I mean, the track's small, though, granted.
Yeah.
And he was pulling me a little bit. And Jeff goes, I come off, and I'm like, Jeff, how do I look? He goes, it looks like you're trying way too hard. I was like, that's because I am trying way too hard. He's like, you're getting pitted in every sand corner, and Moran's is like...
Just floating across the top.
Floating across. And I was like, yeah, you don't know how mad I was getting to see him pull that a little bit each lap. So I was trying even harder each lap.
I don't know if it works for you guys the same way, but it's not necessarily if I try less, but if I try a little less, like if I'm just trying not to be as aggressive all the time, I usually ride better.
Yeah.
Well,
shift.
We don't have the speed that you do that we can actually back off a little bit.
I don't know, dude. Now that I've got that KTM 450.
Right. You're right. He is.
This is Jeffrey Hurling's crutcher over here.
Jeffrey Hurling's crutcher. JHC.
You know what's funny? I've told him this a couple times. I was like, when I watch Tomac and Hurling's ride just like him, when I watch those guys ride, no part of me goes, wow, I want to do that.
No?
No. But when I watch my teammate Ken Roxon ride, I'm like, dude, I want to be that. Like, that's how I want to ride. I can do that. He's like hopping around, you know.
I'd like to be either.
He's like in third gear, half throttle everywhere. I'm like, dude, I can do that. And then here comes Eli gaining on him.
Yeah.
In 10th gear, clutch pulled in, wide up, and then dumps it. And I'm like, my fingers can't even hold on to the handlebars that tight to do that.
Did you watch Colorado 2019 Moto 1 this year? Or 2019,
yes,
I guess?
when my teammate just put it down.
It was honestly one of the most amazing performances I've ever seen.
What about Unadilla Moto 1 and 2?
This year? I was in the race, so I don't know. I do.
You watch the races afterwards, don't you?
No.
Oh, you don't?
How come?
I don't know.
They get TV coverage.
Some races I watch.
They get TV coverage of you.
I would like to watch, like, I watch my film, like, of me, but, I mean, when I watch TV, I'm not going to get to see myself very much.
You don't use, like, them showing Eli to see what you could do?
I mean, sometimes, but not. I mean, not. No, not.
Because you're
not
close
really.
enough that could work. Like, I watch that and going, looks good. Like, wish I can do that.
Kenny Unadilla 2016
on the Suzuki.
That's a moto to watch. Moto 2.
Millville
I ran second for most of the moto, like probably half of the moto, and he pulled me. I hit the finish line, turned right, and I hit the double, left, and then right. And I was in the right-hander, and we're like halfway through the moto, and Kenny was completely across the track. I could see him in the sweeper where
Stu jumped on Carmichael.
Yeah, he was there, and I was like,
By halfway?
yes. And I felt it was the best I'd ever felt in my life. Like I was staying in front of Marvin and Eli, and
Well, I mean, think what they felt though too. Like,
yeah,
you're
and
looking up
he was
and-
just
yeah,
he absolutely ruined everybody.
but he kind of does that there. That's like his track.
It's the most European track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would.
but I mean, Eli has his races where he does that.
Yeah.
If you watch GPs, Jeffrey does that. Like Eli did it at the GP.
Dude, Eli did that at Daytona. I don't know if you watched that one, but that
Wait,
was
which Daytona?
the last Supercross race that happened.
No.
Daytona Supercross. His last couple laps were unbelievable.
Yeah, but he barely beat Kenny.
I know, but the gap that he closed in on him, I mean, I remember it was one of the few races I've watched where I've actually gone, what am I looking at? That's not possible on a bike.
I didn't watch it. I watched my film from that race,
Oh.
but
I'm sure you look pretty good too, but
2017 Salt Lake.
Eli?
Eli.
Yeah.
I think he came from like dead last and
Yeah.
caught Dunge.
Eli has those races where it's just like, and I can see where when you see those, and Stu said in that one interview, I don't know why he doesn't win every single time.
Yeah, no, like I think the fastest I've ever seen anybody ride a Supercross track was Eli 2017 Salt Lake.
I'd have to agree. Or Stu 2009 St. Louis.
Yeah, Stu was an animal in 2009.
On that Yamaha?
Yeah.
Before they changed it?
Before they changed it, the
he
year
was
before.
so fast. But even Lawrence was good on that thing.
Yeah.
It's so funny to hear you guys talk about this because I'm like, I have no idea.
No idea.
So if I
have
say
no
like
idea what you guys are talking about right now.
2002, you know what we're talking about?
I'd be a lot more tuned in.
Okay.
I didn't have a dirt bike in 2002, so
Yeah.
I don't. I watched I'll watch like throwbacks and stuff, but usually not like 2002. Like I'll watch like 2004 to like
That's my era too.
2010, and then I used to have to watch like 95 Millville, 98 Unadilla because Robbie would make me.
Mm-hmm.
And
We just watched
2000.
Southwick 2000 whenever Robbie led almost the entire first moto.
almost.
Who got him? Tortelli?
Tortelli, like with like 2 or 3 to go.
Have you seen 98 Dilla?
Is that the one where he
beat
just
RC, right?
Like,
half a track?
yeah,
Yeah.
he went around the outside of him, and it was, I think it was 95 Millville, maybe. He was also really, really good.
And that was,
he was really, really good a lot.
and that was on 125s.
yeah.
Was he on factory Honda at that time, or was that a
I think he was on-
Kawasaki?
I don't know.
95,
95, I don't know.
22, right? Number 22 had to have been a Kawasaki
Probably.
125.
Probably.
I can tell you RC was on a Cowie.
Number 70, was he 70 in 95? No. He was on. Hold on. It couldn't have been 95 because
No.
RC was still on mini bikes in 95.
Maybe it was 96. I don't know. I'm not saying RC was in the race. I don't remember.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I think it was Millville.
RC raced 3 years in the 125 class in outdoors, and he went for the premier class in 99 on a Cowie.
Yeah.
I just remember 98 Unadilla. I've seen Robbie has a tape, and he
So it
calls
been-
it the tape.
It was
so
probably
it's-
96 then
Probably.
when he passed RC, because I remember watching that race too.
Well, Dilla was 98 where he passed. He literally went around the outside of him, basically the same, both motos. And it was just stupid.
He's gone.
And
That's cool.
yeah.
Granted, if I had that race, I would be showing everybody too.
Yeah, like if you train kids, you'd probably be like,
Yeah.
let's go watch the tape.
Hey guys, get you.
The tape.
Yeah, get the tape warmed up.
Yeah, tell my old lady, go
Yeah,
get
what's
that
his-
TV hot.
What's her name?
Warm it up.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley, get the tape warmed up.
And she knows like it's no dust on it because they use it so often.
Yeah.
She knows exactly where it is. Like she's cooking at the same time
Yeah.
and she puts it in.
And they have several copies of it.
Oh,
too.
for sure. It's littered throughout the house in case they're at a different side of the house.
Robbie doesn't like to talk about. He doesn't talk about his racing days too much. He doesn't talk. He's not somebody that also like he's not gonna be like, oh yeah, well I beat Ricky Carmichael. Like he doesn't like talking himself up at all.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you try to talk himself up, like it's like he gets embarrassed. It's weird. I mean, if I beat Ricky Carmichael, I'd probably tell people.
Oh, like my friends would never hear the end of that.
I beat James Stewart in 2016 at Washougal and Millville, and I don't care what he was going through at the time. I beat James Stewart.
That's right.
And that was one of the most exciting things I'd ever done in my life.
Do you think that Robbie could qualify for an outdoor national tomorrow?
You only need one fast lap.
One fast lap. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him ride in a while, but I think for one lap, if you get him to a race like...
It's a mud race, too.
I don't know. You get him a race like a kind of like a technical track, like Unadilla, maybe like High Point. Yeah, I think so.
And we're in.
I think if you're at
Straight
a track
through, we're
like...
going to hit... Are we hitting the LCQ?
No, I think straight through probably. Because, I mean, it wasn't that long. Like, not very long ago, he was going to the amateur races and killing
Didn't
everybody.
he win Loretta's on a 125?
For 2 3/4 motos.
Yeah.
Oh, he was with Mike Brown. Mike Brown can still qualify, so...
Oh, yeah, Mike Brown could still qualify.
And if he's doing that on a 125, I'm going to say we're making it in through times.
He used to, like, when I first went there, he rode with us a lot, and he was so fast, and it would make me so mad. Because I'm, like, training every day, and he'd bring the bike out every once in a while and just still put it to us for
take
for
you to the
a little
woodshed.
bit.
Yeah.
And then he used to... So have you ever rode Old Man's Place? Old Man Ranger?
No, I want to ride there more than anywhere, but I have not.
So Robbie claims to have built that whole track with a shovel, which incorrect. There's no way. Anyways, that's like, oh, Robbie's the fastest ever there, blah, blah, blah. Well, I actually beat his lap time one day, and he was not happy about it. When he was like, oh, well, that track, oh, this corner's shorter, I'm just like, just accept it. Just accept it.
You got beat. What kind of lap times are we working with out there?
I think it was like a 2:53 or something, maybe. I think on average, it's usually like a 3:01, 3:02.
That's a long track.
Damn.
I love 35s out there because you don't do...
10 laps.
Yeah, you don't do many laps. It's nice.
And it's mostly just rollers and sand bowls.
Yeah, there's not jumps. Like, there's 2 jumps, and they're, 8 foot long, pretty much.
Is that what you guys ride getting ready for Southwick?
So he doesn't own it anymore, which is a whole thing. A guy owns it still, and like you can go ride out there, but they limit like the people.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't rode out there in about a year, but it's my favorite track in Oklahoma. So,
have you been to Luther?
No, I've heard it's pretty good.
So, there's like 3 tracks, but there's one that, I mean, it's got some big jumps on it.
Yeah.
And then pretty fast, but the problem is that half of it is perfect for the paddle, and then the other half is perfect for like a 52. So,
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really hard to ride.
What about a half scoop? Hard pack's too hard pack for it, probably.
Yeah. And then there's another track that's more like a corner track in the woods, but it's got some pretty big hits on it.
Mm-hmm.
That one's awesome. It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But I love going there. Yeah.
Same with the tire. Got to have half and half, pretty much.
No, actually, it's a lot more sand than it is.
I'm a big scoop guy.
Same. Doesn't Harlan ride with one just period all the time?
I don't know. I saw some dudes. I think it was at Daytona, running it. And I thought that would
probably be that guy.
I thought that was super strange, but
really,
yeah.
To run the scoop at Daytona.
Yeah, come on.
Do you think it's odd that Zach Osborne runs a paddle at Colorado?
Whoa. No, I mean, yeah, I didn't. Like, the whole day? Not the whole day.
First
practice.
Morning. Both
First
practices,
yeah.
I heard.
No.
See, I
mean, yeah, I could see it. I run it a lot in the first practice.
Oh, you do?
At outdoors.
Even at Colorado? Colorado has those
No.
slippery jumps.
I probably wouldn't run it at Colorado. I ran it in the motos in 18. At
Colorado.
Redbud,
Oh, Redbud.
which like nobody else did.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's
250
weird?
dudes did.
So, last year and the year before at Millville, you know how it dries up? So it wasn't last year when the rain, but the year before.
Mhm.
You know how it dries up?
Yeah.
Henry Miller tells me he runs a paddle no matter what the condition at Millville is.
Yeah.
The guy got like 8th place, second
Yeah.
moto or something on it, and he told us never take a paddle out there because
Hmm.
even when it's hard, you can find soft. And he said that's usually a smoother line to go, anyways.
See, I run paddle both practices at Millville and maybe the first one, but usually second moto. It's just
It helps on the start.
my people don't. My mechanic Derek, so Derek does not like it when I run the paddle.
Why?
He'd prefer I not run the paddle, but I don't know.
Why? What does he care? He's not on the bike.
I don't know. He thinks it works better without it. Which, I mean, some places it does, but like I always want to run it at Rouse. Even when it's dry, I like it.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I'm used to it, I guess. I don't
That's the thing is there's a lot of, especially with the Pirelli, there's a lot of guys, the TPGA guys that just scoop all the time.
I've heard that the MXGP guys damn near run it all the time.
know. Oh, yeah. They pretty much run it no matter what.
Yeah.
They do a lot of weird stuff, though.
Well, it's working.
Yeah, no, I think if you took Supercross out, everything we do would be different.
Yeah.
It would end our bikes. Like the other
Our
day,
bikes would be different.
Yeah, the other day I rode Supercross and then I tested outdoors after, and Derek was like, I don't really want you to ride Supercross and then test outdoors, because when you ride Supercross, your bike's obviously stiff, and then you go to outdoors and you think you want stiff, but really you don't. Like my suspension right now is the softest I've ever had it in my career, and it works really, really good.
Is it just the faster you ride it, the better it works?
Yeah, like
Do you have
You
the
can't run
really
it.
big forks?
yeah, the suspension is not. You have to ride it hard.
Yeah.
For it to work. So I mean.
Yeah, you just have to use the full stroke. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same on my 450 that I just picked up from Cycles on KTM. Same exact thing.
Are we running stock suspension?
AER 48s.
Okay. That's air?
Yeah. Mm.
Interesting.
Factory.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I think so the 250, I've only rode the AER on the two strokes,
Mm-hmm.
and it works amazing on my bike. I don't know if it's better on the 450 though, or as good. I don't think it performs as well on the 450, but I have 1 hour on that bike.
Yeah.
So
And
I don't want to.
handling on a 450 is so much more crucial than 250 or two strokes. So
Yeah.
I think that you might run into different opinions on that 450.
You've only rode the bikes with your bike has the gusset, doesn't it, on the frame? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I mean, we used to not run that, but I like that.
Your mic's getting away from you there.
Hey, do you run the seat that's fatter on the sides to help
No.
you grip?
No.
Have you ever tried it?
No, actually. Earlier in the year when I was on Yamaha, they gave me one to try, and I don't know, we just never put it on.
I just would assume you'd like it, I guess. It's meant for a tall guy.
Yeah, I think Dino and Mosman run it, maybe.
You would assume he would do all the tall guy things, but he doesn't.
You told me he was telling me that you don't really run like tall bars or lowered foot pegs or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so this is like the number one thing that people ask me. Like people always hit me up on Instagram asking me for
Your tall guy advice?
Yeah, and I think it disappoints them when I tell them that I don't run anything. Like on
You
the
don't have
Yamaha,
an aftermarket shifter at least
no.
to make it easier to shift with those big boots?
Well, okay, funny
What
story with the
what do
boots.
you wear?
I wear a 12. I should
Yeah.
wear a 13, but I wear a
Well,
12.
that's not too
That's
bad.
what I wear.
Yeah,
I wear a
12's not
12.
bad.
I take like the sole out of the booty.
Do you run the booty still though?
Yeah. So I can just fit a smaller boot.
So what's your funny story? You were just going to say something
I
before
don't
we asked
remember.
you about the
maybe something about my bike. People just get mad. Like,
Yeah.
they get frustrated when I tell them that I don't run anything crazy. But I don't. I think it's probably because growing up, I never really had the resources or like anything to add that stuff to my bike. I mean, we could have, but we didn't. And then so I'm so used to just being tall on a bike. And people are like, oh, well, how is it different being tall than short? And it's like, I've never been short in my life, so I don't know.
It's like, for me, I'm blind in one eye. So everyone goes, how do you ride? I'm like you do.
Well, here, I'll suit up and you can watch me how I ride.
And I'm like, they're like, how is it like to see out of one eye? I was like, I couldn't tell you what it's like to see out of two eyes.
Have you always been like that? Oh,
so
okay.
like, I don't know. It's like you don't know difference of being, a couple inches taller than the seat when you stand up.
Yeah.
So it just, I get where you're coming from on that one.
When I had RM 252 strokes, I always ran a tall seat.
Really?
Even for me, yeah.
I've tried the tall seat. They've had me try the tall seat like 4 different times, and I never like it. I've tried lowered foot pegs. I've tried taller bar mounts. I've tried tall bars. I actually used to run the Carmichael bars.
Wow.
Just the lowest ones.
On this 450, I didn't realize how much because I used to be on KTMs like in the early 2000s. It was the bars had to be practically straight up and down.
Yeah.
I liked like a chopper bike.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I'm flush with the fork, if not a millimeter or two back, especially on the 450 because it just, it drags you off the back of the bike.
I think I'm rolled back decently good. I actually don't set my bars, so.
Do you use Renthals?
No, ODI.
ODI. I
Another
didn't
sponsor
know.
plug.
No, I was about to say.
Yeah, I didn't know they made
What kind of grips are you running?
ODIs.
ODI.
Just giving you another chance.
Yeah,
to
ODI, soft compound.
Nice.
Get you some.
Do you have a guy at ODI, or is that just a team?
They're like a team sponsor. We deal with Brandon from ODI. Cool dude.
Yeah, you want to put me on contact with him because I got I have a bit of a beef with Mika now.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I'm
a
sure
funny
ODI
story
wants
for
another customer.
It's a funny. You have a 10% off coupon for him?
Yeah, thanks. That'd be great.
It's a good story. You should ask him about his beef off air.
No, I'll tell you on air because fuck them.
Whoa, that was aggressive.
I don't care.
Come to ODI.
I support Mika, so.
Well, we're team.
I'm Team Mika, so I don't want to be involved in this. Let's do this off
ODI
air.
now because Jeff's going Team ODI.
Hey, I do buy ODI grips retail.
Those grips are
Lock-ons.
are those grips not the best grips you've ever had?
They
in your
really
life?
are. Yep.
The only grips I have that my hands don't get just wrecked.
What does ODI stand for? It means something. I can't remember. It's like one. I don't know. One something innovations. It means something. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know how long we want to sit on you thinking about that. Your mechanic sets your bars and you just get on it and go?
Okay, so my mechanic set my bars. I've been with Derek since 2017, since the end of 2016. And so, like, I set my bars back then. That was like when I was 19. Like, I was just fresh pro.
Yeah.
And so when I went to Rock River in the beginning of this year, and my mechanic's like, all right, you got to set your bars. And I was honestly, like, I had to tell him, like, I haven't set my bars in, like, 4 years. I don't know where to put them.
Did you call up Derek and ask them what to do?
I just kind of put them where I thought they've maybe felt right. And then
Are you picky with your bars, though?
I mean, yeah, I want them to feel the same, to be the exact same. And he knows the levers exactly where they need to be.
Hey, you ran Mika there for the beginning of the year, didn't you?
No. I've been
that's
ODI.
what Rock River ran.
No. ODI till we die.
I was trying to get some backup about this story.
This is now a sponsor plug show. This is what this is.
For you, we'll
Yeah, let me
allow
throw
it.
a couple out there. I got Gimmick Coffee. It's the official coffee of hard work. Have you ever had it?
No, I don't
You
drink
don't
coffee.
drink coffee, yeah.
No.
And then I'm also sponsored by Mufflers.
He is. He's factory pilot.
I'm actually the best athlete they have.
Okay. Are you the only athlete they have, or
We have a slower guy. He goes by Jeffrey Hurlings Crutcher.
Okay.
Yeah. He just got a 4-stroke, so he's
We're
darn near
working.
looped it half the time he gets on the track.
Dude, I had a close call today.
Yeah.
Yep. Just had a throttle wicker.
You ever loop it?
Loop it? No, not really. I have. I think the last time I looped out was probably like I've looped out my pit bike, but last time I looped out like an actual dirt bike was that I can remember was like 2010.
You don't want to keep them wheels in the ground there, Jeffrey.
It's hard to do.
Don't join the
Were you
loop out
trying to
group.
like do a wheelie or?
I was coming out of a corner, a right-hander that had two big rolls in it, and I went up higher than I wanted to and just kind of caught some of the powder at the top.
Okay.
And like the front end kind of knifed and came down on me, and then I hit the roller, and I just got a little squirrely, came a little bit off of the back of the bike and just went, real quick.
Yeah.
But,
And your feet came off.
oh yeah, my feet were off of the pegs. Because I went too high and I went to dab, but there was nothing there because of the dip. And so I just came off of the bike and it blipped. And it just, the 450 power.
The Great Pumpkin.
The Great Pumpkin gave me a little spook.
Weren't used to it. But is it a good day if you don't have a close call?
No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't going fast if you...
That's exactly right.
Everyone's got to have like a little bit of a close call. I had a close call on the whoops today, and today was just like a section day.
Yeah.
But skipped like 4. But at that point, you just have to stay on the gas.
I don't think that's a close call. That was damn near done.
That's a near miss. Yeah, we've gone from close call to near miss.
There's only a few people who can do that. Stu, and I'm guessing you, who can miss 4 whoops.
We got quite a few guys that can do that. I mean, my height helps. But
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm short, and Jeff knows this very well. Me and whoops.
we have an amateur track at Rob's.
Not doing them.
No.
Nope. I crash in whoops.
I've crashed in whoops a lot as well, but
I've
I think the
crashed.
main thing is when you crash in the whoops, I think a lot of guys are kind of like timid in them.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like, ooh, maybe I can hit them better next time, or like quicker.
You know, I heard, again, I can't tell you where my source came from because I don't know.
Pulp.
Rumor.
It could have been, but it had to do about Stu. And I heard, it was Pulp. We were listening in your garage.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Albrecht was talking, like they asked him about the story of Stu. And he said that if Stu crashed in the whoops, he would get up and go straight back and hit him faster.
Yeah.
Because like
That dude was
he told
incredible.
him that like if I don't go through the whoops, it's going to haunt me the rest of the lap, and then my lap's going to be bad.
Yeah.
So he like just would go right back to the whoops, and I'm like, dude.
Hey, what do you have planned for tomorrow? What's your plan tomorrow?
I am spending my entire day moving into my new house.
What time are you going to start doing that at?
10 o'clock.
a.m.?
I'm going to actually get to the house at 10 a.m. So I'll probably start at like 9.
Okay. Because it's 10 o'clock now and I can barely keep my eyes open.
I am wide awake.
Really?
Are we signing off OTB?
One more question though for you, Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is COVID real?
Dude.
Good one.
Obviously, yes. The coronavirus is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thing. I just don't know what the actual numbers are, and I believe that nobody really knows what the actual numbers are. I believe the scientists and the experts and the people in medicine, they have an idea.
Yeah.
And I think that we are, as a nation, labeling things that are a coronavirus that are not, but it's just kind of, you know what Pascal's wager is?
No.
Okay, it's the concept of you can believe. Okay, the best example is if you believe in God and heaven,
Mm-hmm.
and then you die and then go to the pearly gates. Well, you believe the whole time, so you're in.
Yeah.
Pascal's wager is that you can believe in God and heaven and then die and then nothing happens, but you're not out anything. You know, you got no skin in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we're kind of doing the same thing with the coronavirus. Like people are dying.
The restrictions and all that.
No. Like the people that are dying from other things. Okay, because it's been proven that the hospitals are getting paid more money from the government, from the federal government, from people that don't have insurance, that are going, they're dying, and then the doctors have been told by administration, hey, we're laying off doctors, we're laying off nurses. If you want to keep yourself and your colleagues here, you're going to check that fucking box that says COVID-19 on it.
Yeah.
So it's a financial incentive for the hospitals to just kind of turn the other way and say, there's a global pandemic and this guy's dead. Let's check that box. We also have really high testing rates. Fuck it. I don't care.
I'm going to play off this.
Yeah.
What do we need to do to end this pandemic
and the pandemic?
Yeah. What do we need to do, Mr. Hurling Scratcher?
I don't have the answer to that.
I think the numbers are higher than they think, but
Of deaths or
no, high, like the number of people who have had COVID.
oh yeah, because
I think
testing isn't.
I think that
available.
it's probably like a retarded amount of people, but I mean, obviously people are dying, so it sucks. But I don't really know what you could do. I'm just glad I don't run the country.
Yeah, this is not a. Doesn't matter who you presidentially agree with. This is not a good time to be a president.
No. I know a lot of people who think it's all
his fault and.
Yeah. No, I know a lot of people who all think it's a conspiracy and like COVID's not real.
Oh, I
That's
believe
why I
it's,
figured the 5th grade.
I believe it's real. I believe people are dying.
Yeah.
It's just, it's so hard to get a reading of what's true. News-wise.
I don't think there's any benefit in thinking that way.
No.
For anyone, no.
I mean, it's clearly real.
Yeah, and I get it. I understand that people want to be, anti-authoritarian, and they also, think that the government's out to get them. But, dude, like it's as if we have forgotten that government is people. Okay, trying to do what's in the best interest of everyone, but that, there's a lot of people. It's kind of like going to a motocross track. Whenever, the race promoter is going to make decisions that are in the best interest of most people.
You always get those ones that are not happy.
Yeah, and you can't please them. Yeah. But as soon as you start to cater to them, then you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah. It's like, we trophy down to 20th place, but 21st is unhappy about it.
Yeah.
And it's like we trophied half
They're
of the
trying.
field.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying.
We're getting to go racing.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask another question before you sign
Yeah, but
off?
whenever you do, talk into the top of the mic. There you go. Yeah.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on, do you think we're going outdoor racing with no fans, with fans? What is your thoughts there?
I think we'll go outdoor racing. I think that MX Sports will make sure we go racing.
With fans?
I don't know with fans or without fans. I just think that they'll find a way for us to go racing. They're trying pretty hard, so
I hope so, but I'm
an outdoor guy, so I would like to.
I hope so, but man, the more you think into it, I'm just like, man, I don't see how this is going to work.
I hope so. Either way, we're getting to go Supercross racing.
Yeah,
which
you're
is
back.
exciting.
You're back. So
I'm kind of surprised that it's Salt Lake.
Why? I thought it was going to be St. Louis. To be
so
honest.
did I. Yeah.
I was hoping.
It seems like everybody wanted it to be in St. Louis.
It's that dirt, though. It's like, could you imagine seven races on that dirt would be incredible.
Yeah, 7 races on one race on Salt Lake is not good, let alone 7 of them.
The dirt just isn't that great. And
no, it's not, but it's going to be cool because you're going to have it figured out by the time you leave there.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I think it's
Are you bringing a mountain bike?
I'm bringing a mountain bike and a road bike for sure. Probably a lot of recovery rides, but
I heard the mountain biking's good out there.
Really good. We rented a house and there's mountain bike trails like half a mile from there.
Hey, what is the deal with riding? Do you even know?
What do you mean?
Like during the week? I know there's tracks out there, but have you guys even talked about that?
Yeah, I know
Bracken Hall.
Bracken Hall has a place.
Every team's going to try to go there.
I think certain people have it rented out, maybe.
Oh, okay.
KTM.
Oh, then you'd be able to go
else.
there if KTM's there?
I don't know that.
Oh. Yeah,
I think that's the only track. But really, I don't know. The racing, because we're Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to maybe get one more day in?
I think maybe ride Friday.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to want to ride. You're racing Sunday. You're not going to want to ride Monday.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to want to ride Tuesday because you're racing Wednesday.
Yeah, you
You're
would
not
do
gonna
like
wanna ride-
maybe a mountain bike, a light mountain bike or something.
Yeah. Something probably super light.
Yeah,
maybe
because
a
you're not
light
going to want to
road
ride
bike.
Thursday now because you're racing.
Yeah. And so,
So
Friday.
And then you can take
and
off
just-
Saturday.
Yeah. Maybe keep Friday on the lighter side.
Yeah.
Just get on the bike. It's going to be weird because
But
we're
that's-
leaving.
But what you're saying is probably what every team's thinking.
Yeah.
And if you only have 2 tracks out there, those Fridays are going to be hot trying to get a
Yeah.
spot there. So
Yeah. But like we have to leave like Tuesday. And we're not going to race till Sunday. So it's going to be kind of weird not riding like the whole week before, but
dude, your guys' first 2 rounds, so your first week
yeah.
is going to be like
Hectic.
weird. It's going to be hectic.
Yeah. It's going to be strange for sure, but I mean, shout out to Feld for getting us
Oh, yeah.
racing. I can't believe they actually are pulling it off. And
How do you think it's going to be with no fans?
I
Do
don't
you
know.
think you can focus better without hearing, like, you know, when someone gets up behind you, like, say you're doing good in the heat or something,
Yeah,
and you hear them go crazy?
usually if somebody's going crazy, I'm not thinking it's for me.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, we ride press day with no fans. Practice is basically no fans.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's still 400 people allowed in the stadium while we're racing. So, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be cool because I know some of the races are day races. Some of them are night. So, we'll see.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. We'll do that.
Jeff's tired.
I am, dude, but I have not been
The old
getting...
man's rode a 450 today.
Yeah, I haven't been getting much sleep lately either.
Jeffrey Hurling's crutcher. Maybe the program turned down a little bit since COVID. The training program.
You think I need to turn it down?
Have you turned it down?
My training program?
Yeah.
No, the
No.
opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why you're tired.
Yeah,
Too much training.
too much training.
Yeah, you're overtraining.
We
I
got to
re-
get ready for GPs.
I know. Yeah, don't worry.
Lommel.
Don't worry about.
Would you ride Lommel?
I would love to ride Lommel.
Where do you think you're going to stack up against the original Jeffrey Hurlings?
Not even in the same conversation.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna ride amateur day.
I'd like to just do a lap. I'd like to ride Lommel after the second 450 moto
Yeah, just wabboom
at the end of
wabboom.
Sunday of
Yeah.
their GP.
I'd like to walk the track
Or like
afterwards.
Assen or
Mhm.
Valkenswaard or whatever it is.
Valkenswaard is probably one. In my opinion, the best track is Patagonia
That's it, yeah.
because
That
it's
was good.
so wide and so fast, and those jumps are so just different.
Yeah.
You know, everything about that track is very different, and all the
Yeah.
like split lanes and crosses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Thank you
anything-
guys for having me.
Yeah. No. Thank
I
you.
appreciate
yeah, thank
it.
you.
Anything you'd like to add? Anybody?
Thank you to Team Rocky Mountain, ATV MC, WPS, KTM.
Thank you to Bolt Motorcycle Hardware, Factory Honda.
Have we ever counted the letters in that?
No, I haven't.
Hey, you might as well thank Alpine Star and ODI because you threw them out there in this
Yeah,
podcast.
them fly.
Yeah. Stop. Let's just
Yeah,
pump the
I'll
brakes
list
on
the
this
list
before
right
we get
now.
out of control.
This is a sponsor plug.
Let's just say good luck to Benny in these Supercross races coming up.
Thank
And-
you guys.
yeah,
Follow
and
me on Instagram, please.
Yeah. Be Bloss
You need
50.
more?
Yeah.
I need
do
more.
not have a lot.
I need more, so
Hey, I just crossed 5,000 last week, and
There
I
you go.
am pumped.
I would
There
like
you go.
all 5,000 of Jeffrey's followers to follow me.
I would like all of your followers to follow me.
Not gonna happen. You're not.
Same
you don't
for
bring,
both of you.
You want our
Yeah,
followers?
you want like 2,100 followers.
That might be more, just more for me.
Well, I guess.
Do we
you
know what Ben Bloss is currently setting at?
Probably 29.
1,000?
Yeah.
Can your followers follow me?
I mean, if they want to.
30.2. Yeah, I think.
yeah, I don't
we're
think
gonna have to work on those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those up.
All right, that's it.